And with that, we bring in David Vassegh right now, the host of Dodger Talk and AM 570 LA Sports. David, it's great to see you. Let's dive right in. And first and foremost, talk about Bobby Miller. This kid, I don't know how many people were thinking game 2, he'll be getting the call. And yet with that plus stuff and quite frankly, not a ton of options, he's the guy. What are the expectations for Miller?
Well, Bobby Miller is the Dodgers, I guess, anchor of this rotation, you would call him at this point in time in the season, and that's a pretty good one to have. Not only does he throw 100 miles an hour, I think he gets a little shortchanged when people just talk about the gas that he throws with the fastball. He's actually a pitcher. He's not just a thrower, he's a pitcher. He has a great changeup, and when we were in Denver, Bud Black also commented about the fact of how remarkable it was for Bobby Miller to have such a great feel for his changeup, because he said usually young pitchers don't usually cultivate that feel for that pitch until later in their career. So he's got 5 or 6 different pitches besides the 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And the biggest thing for Bobby Miller that he has going for him tonight is his mound presence. In his major league debut, Ronald Acuna Jr. at Truist Park in Atlanta, full house, tried to intimidate Miller, and he would not be intimidated. In fact, Big Bobby stared Acuna back down, the guy that more than likely is going to win the MVP. So this scenario, this crowd, this setting is not going to intimidate Bobby Miller.
And how about his battery mate in Will Smith? Obviously, Will Smith's terrific offensive catcher, running game. His arm isn't strong. Arizona's trying to take advantage of that. How about Smith?
Yeah, well, Will Smith made his first All-Star team, and he did that even though he had a cracked rib. And he told me a couple of weeks ago that he got himself into some bad habits despite still going to the All-Star game. And then all of a sudden, the guy that plays the most demanding position on the field started to feel the wear and tear of playing that position, and he didn't look like himself. In September, he only hit 200, and he slugged below 400. So I would say the silver lining for the Dodgers out of Game 1 is that Will Smith had 2 of their 4 hits, and Will Smith started to drive the baseball like Will Smith can. And maybe the guy that benefited the most from those 5 days off was their catcher, who also is their number 3 hitter. So you would expect Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman to get on base in front of him, and then you have America's DH, JD Martinez, coming up behind him to drive those guys in. So it's a long line of procession there, and even the coaches, Dino Ebel and Clayton McCullough, noticed that Will Smith was driving the baseball during their scrimmages over the course of those 5 days off. So Will Smith is back.
America's DH. That should be like on his bumper plate or something. That's pretty good for JD Martinez. David Vassegh, appreciate the insight, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.